We have some new details about the first patient diagnosed with Ebola in the United States. We now know he traveled from Liberia to Brussels, then to Dallas, Texas. And now the number of people believed to have been in contact with that patient is skyrocketing. ABC's Elizabeth Herr has the latest.
Thomas Eric Duncan, a father and former chauffeur from Liberia, remains in isolation in serious condition. This as hospital officials in Texas continue to face tough questions after confirming the sick patient was given antibiotics and turned away on his first visit to the ER, even though he told the nurse he had just come from an Ebola-stricken African country. From there, he went back into the community, only to be admitted 2 days later with severe symptoms.
Regretfully, that information was not fully communicated throughout the full team.
At New this morning, authorities say they now want to talk to as many as 100 people who may have had contact with Duncan, stressing that does not mean they are showing symptoms, that only Duncan's family members, including 5 children, are being ordered to stay home with no visitors for 21 days while receiving regular checks for Ebola symptoms. The New York Times is reporting Duncan contracted the virus in Liberia after helping a fatally infected woman to the hospital just 4 days before he traveled to Texas.
As we're seeing with the person in Texas, a big disease outbreak, an epidemic anywhere in the world puts people in America at risk too.
And now health officials in Hawaii are monitoring a new patient who has been placed in isolation as a precaution. Now, while officials believe it is unlikely, this person is awaiting more tests. I'm Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, Dallas.
Nearly half of the people infected with Ebola have now died from the virus. There are more than 7,000 known cases worldwide.